Hey, how you going, humans? Hello. Whoa, 1 second. What were we doing? Something else. Oh, let's hang on. Let me. Well, hello there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and I'm back with another dose of love, affection, and generic tanking justice. Today is a return in all its glory and sizzling hotness to the How Not to Explode series. I recently had a conversation with a guy called player underscore 0139222234 underscore 67532, in which he said, "You're a coward. Coward, comet. Coward, dog, coward, monkey." All these kind of things. To which I replied, look at the scoreboard, you just came second. But we get this all the time. We get this whole concept from people that if you're not up the front, you're bad for the team. If you're not right up the front, you're doing it wrong. And if you're not right up the front, taking damage and dying like every other clown, then you're the reason why the team lost. Now, I'm not a negative person. I am overall a pretty bloody positive human. I wake up singing in the mornings. It sometimes drives my wife a little mad. I'll get up and start doing show tunes and like, Oklahoma, where the wind, all that kind of thing. And it can be a little bit off-putting when people get so stressed and aggravated about the game. Now, we all know that there are plenty of potatoes in the fields of Blitz. And I'd also like to point out that we've all been the potatoes in the fields of Blitz at one time or another. So we should have a little bit more self-awareness in that sense and not be so cranky with them. But for all that, boys and girls, I'm here to tell you today that not every tank was built to be on the front line. And indeed, not every tank was built to sit at the front and take damage and dish damage back out. In fact, very bloody few of them were. What I'm going to talk to you about today is the way I like to play the game, and it's almost a little bit vampiric. And it's not... Okay, let's first of all, I want to address one thing. The term second level support or second line support or backline support, it is not a dirty term. It is not a term that should see the hackles on the back of your neck rising. It is a term that if you're driving a tank like the Comet is quite often the norm. I'm in the E50M here. The E50M has an excellent gun. Okay, now if you don't want to explode in the E50M, here's a tip. Don't drive it as a heavy. I get people all the time, tell me that they can't drive this tank. Why do I like it so much? All this kind of stuff. And I say that it's got a brilliant armor profile. It's really strong armor-wise. It's got an incredible gun. It's actually got pretty bloody good mobility, and that's why I like it. To which they say, but I get penned all the time. Well, where are you when you're getting penned? I drive the E50M like a sniper tank. I drive it like a sniper tank because that's exactly what the bloody hell it is. And if anyone is... I'm saying negative there to that guy, by the way, because I've been around this game for a while, and there's a spot over there on the right that a lot of people actually call the Bushka spot, because I talked about it all the time when this map first came out, and it was my favourite spot in the world to go, and didn't I just make a killing at that spot when the game kicked off? So if you're in a tank like the E50M, or the Panther 1, or any of those tanks, my biggest bit of advice for you is to understand the limitations of your vehicle. You are, for all intents and purposes, a second line support tank. It doesn't mean you can't at times roll up and tank shells from certain other vehicles. What it means is that you need to be aware of where the enemy is likely to be, and where you can do the most good. Now you can see here, I was sure that there were going to be heavies popping out over there. There was a big ass IS-7 and an ST-1. The IS-8 has just pushed right up. He has been smashed because he's been caught in a crossfire. Am I a coward for not being next to that IS-8 and dying with him? I'd like to think that I'm far less a coward and far more a tank that is going to get the job done. Now, there's only been 2 minutes of play in the game, and I'm not dead, and he is. I would like to think that that would mean I am in fact better off. Now I'm tracking that ST1. I'm keeping myself angled and moving back after I make the shot so that it's likely he will miss. I'm going to track him again. He is 240 meters from me. He has a big, ugly Soviet gun. It is very unlikely that he is going to hit me if I am moving and jiggling and wiggling. And I am keeping him stuck in the middle of a field because I position myself in such a way that I can't take fire from anyone on the right unless I push out, and I can't take fire from anyone on the left unless they see me. And that T62A, you can see, and there's a Cent 7 and 1 going to pop behind there. He's a cheeky dog. That's exactly who I'm looking for. I'm angled up. I'm probably not as angled as I'd like to be. I take one from the Cent 7 and 1, and he's using the, you can see there's only 1,726 damage done there. I think he's either stock or he's using the higher rate of fire gun on purpose because that was much lower than he should have hit me for. 350 Alpha is the normal pen on that gun, or he used Pramo and just got a low roll. So you see what I'm saying? I now know he's there. I'm moving around like a lunatic because I want to get re-camoed. I want to go off the spotting list and then move up here, and I'm going to go out and I'm waiting and I'm biding my time, and look who's there. Centurion 7 and 1. We track him. I start side scraping. Now this is where the armor profile of this tank is excellent. It can side scrape against medium tanks, especially with the nerf to premium ammunition. That 7 and 1 can't get shots off of me. He's going for softer targets. We drop. We're hoping to get another shot at him before he clears that, but he just gets down. And now we're off to the races. We're pushing down on them. That was a pretty bloody sedate effort from me, wasn't it? I mean, did I waste my time? Did I play too passively? Did I take a lot of damage? Was there ever any doubt that I was going to take a lot of damage? No. And you might want to change your style. But look at that. I mean, that's a great bounce. I angled the tank up correctly. And hello, there's the 7 and 1. We pump him for another 380 damage, roll into 1 hit point, which is an absolute joke, and Bob's your mother's brother. That's how you don't explode. We got some really solid bounces in the E50M. I think that 7 and 1 actually did fire premium ammunition. That's why we took so little damage. And again, that's thanks to the armor profile and the fact that we were a little bit angled up. And the game only went 5 minutes, and we were only really combat effective for 3 of those minutes. But in those 3 minutes, we managed to put out 3,000 damage. If you're wondering how people manage to do like 3k average damage or 2.5k average damage with their tier 10 mediums, that's it. I mean, if you can stay alive in combat for 3 minutes, taking shots every 20 or 30 seconds, there's your 2.5, 3k damage. Absolutely every time. This is the last game I'm going to show for this video, and it's a really important one because you'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll figure it out as we go along. Now, the E50M is great when you've got it on a little bit of a hill like this because what you can do is move backwards and forwards. So when you fire and you're pulling back, your actual upper glacis gets really steep and really thick. Its effective armor goes up tremendously. I am the right flank, which is a big worry for me. That's why I'm being very cautious here because they've all moved up on the left. We've got 6 tanks going left. Now, if you go left and you don't go super hard, things... Oh, hang on. It's a wild T62A. This is a worry. Now, I'm actually worried about the guys over behind me in town now. Only 1 tank's been spotted. We've got 1 tank has moved up all the way to the north. We've got 3 tanks behind him and 3 of us kind of at the midline. Now, and this is a whole thing about, do you want to, when you need to be at the front line, you go to the front line. And that's all there is to it. Look at this gun. Makes the heart sing. That's all there is to it. There's a waffle tractor there. There's an IS-7. I have signaled for help. I'm hoping the IS-7 is alert to this. He is, you beaut. He is going to push back there with me, and we're going to go and deal with the Object 268. Now, I'm all happy to go to the front line when the situation calls for it. What I'm going to do is spot the 268 up, let the IS-7 come around with his big, cranky armor profile and his strong 460 alpha gun. put one in, take a shot back, and then I'm going to push up. And I'm going to get past the non-turreted TD, get him on my side, and wreck him. It's just thoughtful play. I mean, of the guys who went all the way up north, one of them's dead. The rest are in a really tight pocket. I'm with an IS-7. I've landed, what, 3 shots? I don't know where that one went. Straight into the rock. 3 shots, and we're only 2 minutes in. Like, this is the biggest thing. The lack of patience in people kills me. We are 2.5 minutes into the game. 2.5 minutes in, and people have tried to win it already. I mean, I go aggressively in the right tank, given the right matchmaking, and I've been saving my hit points here, so I put one in there just in case. I don't get spotted, so I'm assuming he is backed up right off. And now I can see that grill again. I just want to get a shot into him. There we go. Back up. And there's that bounce. As you pull back over the hill, the effective armor on the E50M's upper plate goes through the roof. Now, I haven't quite reset camo, so I cop one there. That's fair enough. And then I don't have the gun depression. That's poor play. After one really good move, then you get the crap move. The IS-7 is attacking. I am dubious as to this, but I've been saving my hit points. I've only taken one hit. There's a waffle there. I'm waiting. I'm going to get the word in a sec from one of my teammates asking basically what the hell's going on. But I've been putting fire in, and I'm at the midline. I'm at the bloody midline. I'm not in spawn. I'm at the exact middle of the map. There we go. There's a waffle tractor. Hit him. IS-7's pushing up. The IS-8's over there on the corner. I'm going to set up a shot on him. Angle up. Get the bounce. Get the kill. E50 says the grill. Mate, I mean, the grill, honest to God. I mean, if you push in a grill and you don't expect to get smashed, you're doing it wrong. There we go. Now we're going down to the waffle tractor. We're going to push on him. We're going to ram him, kill him, and everything's going to be okay. That's how not to explode, boys and girls. Have some bloody patience. Again, this is another game where it's going to finish like well before time expires. There's 4 minutes left in the game. We get 3 kills. I mean, why are people in such a rush to die? Nearly 4,000 damage. Nothing spectacular, but the whole point of this is not to show you spectacular gameplay. It's to show you that if you have a little think about it and you actually use your brain instead of trying to use your hit points to do damage, you're going to do a lot better. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Until next time, look after your families, look after yourself, and stay safe on the battlefield.